Welcome to the Country Music Rocks podcast. I'm Danny Dwyer.
And I'm Julia Courier.
And we are on the road with our very first personality, and we couldn't be more prouder to have her in our own on-the-road studio. Miss Britnee Kellogg is with us.
Hello.
Yay.
I'm so excited.
Hi,
We're
friend.
excited.
Yes.
I'm so glad we're on the road with the podcast with Britnee Kellogg, who is going to be on the road.
Yeah. Ooh, I like how you did that, Julia. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
First of all, it's so good to see you.
Same.
It's been quite a while.
Yes.
Julia and I have been talking about this for a while because we saw the highlights of the show coming up. We were talking so about it. We're so excited, and we're like, okay, this has got to work out just perfect. And somehow, magically, it did.
I know.
perfect.
Yeah.
So excited. It's so funny because you're saying we haven't seen you in a while, and we really haven't.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I see you every day.
I know.
Because I'm always watching your stories
Yeah.
and on social media and stuff. So I don't know. It's like, and I have you in real life.
know.
I love it. I love it.
I'm so happy.
I love it when old friends come together.
Yeah,
it's so
same.
classic.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about social media, though, I feel like, is, I mean, it's bad and good at the same time. Like, you feel connected to people, but then when you see them, you're like, oh, wow, it really has been
Right.
a long time.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Arizona now?
2 years.
Okay, so you
wow.
left here 2 years ago, and I think that was probably one of the last times I saw you was at Jubert's Ponderosa Lounge.
Yeah.
It was a goodbye party, starting off on new adventures. So
Yeah.
now you're back in town, and it's
I
cool
am.
for some shows.
Very excited.
Happy to
Yeah,
have you.
so happy to be here.
It's cool. Okay, so let's get into this just a little bit. I don't know how much you can tell us because Julie and I have been like itching so bad at all this.
I know. We're excited
It's
for
great.
this.
I found out a while ago that you were on the show, and I can't mention names who told me because I signed an NDA. I don't want to get in trouble or anybody in trouble.
Ooh.
But I had heard your name on it, and I'm like, well, that's going to be amazing because we already followed your adventures from American Idol.
Yeah.
And so just to see this new life come together, I want to step back in time just a little bit because when you were here on American Idol, you made top 24. And then you kept progressing and you just got hungrier and hungrier. What did you take away from that actual time on American Idol with friends, learned, and now have like come back more full force?
Yeah, I mean, I think American Idol, like you said, definitely made me like really want it that much more. It's kind of like when my career really started. But I think the biggest thing I took away from that is like, there's always going to be someone better than you, always. And you can just learn from them and grow from the experience. And I think like I've always taken that with me. Like, you know, you have the like singers that, and I think with those shows, American Idol, The Voice, you have those voices that are like massive, big, screamer, loud, high voices.
Right.
And they're always going to be the ones that win for the most part, because that's what people are so used to like voting for and hearing. And I think for me, it was like, wow, like, okay, I'm taking away that like, that's not me. That's not the kind of artist that I am, but like, what do I have to give? And so I think from that experience on, I really just tried to like hone in my craft and say like, what do I want to say?
Right.
What do I have to say that's different? And I feel like that's kind of where I've progressed since then.
We talked about that a little bit. So after leaving Idol, what was the most important thing you took away from that with friends?
Yeah.
That you're like, all right, I've really got to focus. Was it more like guitar playing? Because I've started playing guitar and it's taken me forever. I'm not going to lie. I'm terrible at it. But my fingers hurt, but I'm still trying to learn. And that was something that somebody told me. If you don't pick it up, you're not going to play.
Yeah. So I actually had a manager back in 2017 that was like, you're going to learn to play guitar. And she booked me a show 3 months later and was like, you have 3 months to figure it out.
Wow.
I'm booking you an acoustic show. And so I literally picked it up. And I remember like I was like, okay, I got this. Like I was so bad at the beginning. I'm still not great. But, and then I like had never sang and played at the same time. So then when I like got to the show and was singing and playing, I was like, oh no, like this is not good. It's like patting your belly and rubbing your
a lot
head,
going on.
you know, at the same time. Like, so I would say like the guitar playing was definitely kind of forced on me. Gratefully so. Like I'm so glad I did that.
Sure.
I mean, it's been a complete game changer for me.
Yeah.
But I honestly think what I took from Idol is just like honing in on my craft and really trying to figure out where, like what I had to say and what I wanted to say, because I feel like that's super important. And most people are like, oh, I just love to write music and sing music and play shows. But it's like, for me, I'm a mom. I feel like I have, you know, I'm older. I feel like I have something different to say.
Sure.
And so I wanted to make sure that got across.
Sure.
No, absolutely. And what was the process like for the road versus, like, I know with American Idol, everybody sees the tryouts and goes through all the steps, but this has really been kind of kept secret. So what was this process like?
So this is like the craziest part to me, because we were all handpicked by Blake Shelton and Taylor Sheridan.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Which I still am like, what? Taylor Sheridan actually at the first episode came and like met all of us and said hello, and he like went through the line of people and like shook everyone's hand. Thank you for being here. Kind of gave us like a pep talk. And then he got to me and he just grabbed my hand and he said, "You are a wonder." And I was like,
okay,
I would like to die now because I'm good. Once I play the Opry, I can die happily. No, it was really amazing. Like, it was just one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know, like, I've been doing this for so long, and it's like to finally feel, that validation from Blake and Taylor, who are just, incredible. And
That brings up a good point. So if they handpicked you, how did they find you?
They had a music, her name's Avon. She's amazing. And she found all of us. There was, I think, hundreds to start. I honestly
like
don't.
A scout?
Yeah. I think they found us through different channels. But she specifically, I think, found me on YouTube.
Okay.
Thank goodness I have stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And she's like a no social media kind of, she actually discovered Zach Bryan. She's amazing. She does all the music for Yellowstone and all of Taylor's shows. And she's incredible. So
those people are really talented to go and listen to artists, to see so many artists around the country and then go, there's something there.
Right.
We have a friend, Laurel Kittleson, in the industry, and she did that with Dylan Scott. She did it with Jackson Mickelson. She's found these guys, and then now they're huge. So good for, what's her name? Avon?
Avon. Yeah.
Avon.
She's amazing.
Way to go, Avon. Good job.
She's awesome.
Good pick right here. I remember going back, you were kind of alluding to, like on social media and stuff, that you were going to get an email and
it was like the most stressful.
Well, and then you finally got it, and I love that you recorded that and just showed. I mean, like, I know I was tearing up because you were tearing up. And now, who was it that delivered that news to you?
So his name's Logan. He's one of the casting directors of the show. And the process was over 1.5 years long for me.
Wow.
I got the first phone call from my booking agent, and then it kind of just went silent, and I was like, okay, I guess like it's not happening anymore. And then they called me again and they were like, we want you to come audition. So I had to go to LA to audition for Blake and like all of the big wigs at CBS and Paramount, which was so stressful.
I would imagine.
Yeah. And especially like playing guitar, I was like, like playing for myself and singing is not like, I just really like just me. It's all and tell my story. And then, we waited for like, there was more than 12 that auditioned in LA. And so you kind of just had, it was like a waiting game. And they're like, we were all kind of texting like the people that I was close with, I'm like, have you gotten a call? Have you gotten a call? No, not yet. And then they're like, okay, they're calling people. Cause like people were starting to get phone calls.
Yeah.
And then he FaceTimed me and it was just like, again, like I feel like, I've been doing this for so long. And so to finally hear someone say like, we believe in you and Blake believes in you and like wants to give you this opportunity. I was just like, this is like, I just couldn't, it was wild.
Yeah. It's one of those moments. I just had it myself. It's just like, I can't believe this is actually happening right now. It's just, it's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your kids for a second because your kids were really little when you were on American Idol.
Yeah.
And now they've seen this journey. I would imagine they're your number one fans for sure.
Of course.
Your parents as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My kids are so proud. I mean, it was hard. I was gone for 6 weeks,
right?
Which is
the
longest I've ever been away. And it's really hard, but like and I talk about this a lot on the show. Like my oldest son is graduating high school this year, which is crazy.
My goodness, wow.
And he's I know.
Where's time going? Oh my gosh.
I know. It's wild, but he's autistic and he wants to be a fighter pilot. And like, he's adamant, like, but he's colorblind.
He's got goals.
He's got big goals.
Yeah.
And he told me, I was like, okay, like, he's like, Mom, I've seen you walk out the door and come home and be like super bummed and get told no 100,000 times, but you keep picking up your guitar and walking out the door. And I'm like, that is why I do what I do because I'm teaching them to never give up. And I think it's really cool.
Good
Follow
for
your
them.
dreams for sure.
Exactly. I was just going to say, follow that dream. Never let anybody tell you no. That's it.
Yeah.
And in this business, it's really tough for anyone that follows us for a while now. You know that my career in radio and Julia's is blogging and stuff. I can attest to that. I cannot tell you how many times I've talked to people and they say, sorry, not this round, and sorry, not that round. It's difficult and it's hard to hear, but that's the dark side of the business. People just think it's all glamorous, like, oh, she signed $1 million deal, and we wish.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
It's not. It's really not. And it's also, I have friends that sign record deals, and they're even like, I don't know what I thought it was going to be so different than this.
Yeah.
Right. It's almost scary signing a deal because you don't know what you're getting into.
It really is. And you also they could just sign you and then shelf you, and at my age, I cannot be shelved, obviously. But I think people see, and I'm so excited for the show because people are going to see what it's actually like.
Right.
The other shows are shiny floor, karaoke-esque, because they're singing covers. And this is
the real deal.
The nitty
raw
gritty.
deal.
Yeah. And it's my sister went to Europe with me for some shows, and she was like, okay, I'll be honest. I definitely thought you had this glamorous life and partied and it was so, amazing. And she's like, this sucks. I'm like, it sucks carrying all the merch and getting ready in a freaking tiny little box with a compact mirror, but that's the real life.
I have some record rep friends that do that same thing, and they're like, I got ready in a bathroom at the airport. And I'm like, you don't think about that, but it's true, because they're traveling from city to city to meet the next artist to go on tour. Then they spend 4 hours on the road with them that night.
Yeah.
They leave, they go to another city, and they meet the same crew, but a whole bunch of different people come in. And it's a rough life.
It is.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
when you love it,
It's when you love it, you do what you do. That's why I always see
absolutely.
people on stage, and I'm like, they're like, I'm like, hey, you signed up for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wanted this. You
Yeah.
know, I remember one time going to this little bar. I think Julia was with us one time. We went to this speakeasy bar, and they invited us out for this private thing. It was with 1,000 horses. And it was the smallest room I have ever been in. And the stage was 6 feet wide by 4 feet long.
It barely fit all of them.
Right.
There's 6 of them in the band, 6 or 7. There's a lot. Yeah.
And we both were like, how are they standing on that stage? And then one time we did a show in Portland, and they're like, oh, the stage isn't big enough. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't even
Nope.
tell me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that, because I saw you in this speakeasy room, and I know what you stood on.
you got this.
Yep.
Whole different ballgame. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Now, you're on the road a lot
Yeah.
before all of this, but what was this experience like, this tour life, compared to what you're used to? Was it completely different?
Yes, this was hair and makeup. You have somebody literally putting your guitar on your body.
Oh.
You have the best band you can imagine. You have your own in-ear tech that is dialing your ears in. You're opening for Keith Urban.
Right.
You're literally doing sound check for Keith Urban, and he's giving you feedback. I mean, I can't even
incredible.
tell you, we're doing sound check, and I'm just looking at him what is happening right
He's
now?
talking to me right now.
Yeah.
He knows my name. This is so weird.
Yeah.
And he would just give me feedback, and honestly, I mean, I'm going to keep saying it, but it just having that, I do deserve to be here, and I do deserve,
Good.
you get told no so many times,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
wow, I have Keith Urban, and we had Gretchen and Blake, and they're giving you this feedback, and you're like, okay, I'm doing this,
Sure.
I'm doing this right, and it's just, and you get to sing your original music too on the show,
Which is great.
which is going to be really awesome
Yeah.
for people to hear my
To
songs.
hear your stuff. Yeah.
I'm very
100%.
excited.
Julia and I got a chance to be at the Grand Ole Opry a couple weeks ago.
I know. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So happy for you.
Thank you. It was truly a moment, and I wanted to make sure that my family was included, and Julia was there with her husband, John, and it was such a magical night.
Yeah.
But one of the songwriters, Don Schlitz, was there.
Love him.
To hear his story, and for me, Julia knows this too, we've both discussed this in lengthy conversations, that we are true songwriter fans,
Yeah.
because that's where it begins. And for you, when you were on American Idol, you weren't really so much probably thinking about songwriting.
I was not. Absolutely not.
Now in this new process, you are, and as we follow you, you're coming up with your own things, which is really, really cool. Do you like being a songwriter better than a performer as an artist, or do you like both of them? Because it's a two different worlds, really.
It really is. I think, it's hard to say, and I'm learning in my later years of performing that there are so many songwriters out there that just are songwriters,
Just songwrite, yep.
like Dawn. And I was always really picky. I only want to record songs that I write. And now I'm kind of realizing there's so many amazing songs out there that
Yeah.
aren't getting recorded because artists are so I want to sing songs that I write. I definitely think I prefer performing just because I get to come into this role of this different person
Yeah.
almost, you know?
Yeah.
And I joke about it like, oh, I'm getting ready to go sound check here, and then like I have to go look like my picture, like I have to actually go look like what the people are expecting, because this is not what I look like in my picture. So I get to like transform into like almost this character.
Yeah.
And when I'm songwriting, it's like I get to tell my story, and that's a really cool part too. And I'm very honest with my songs and what I have to say, but I definitely think performing I enjoy.
Is there anybody that you've been working with? Because we know you're traveling, you're spending time in Nashville, and you're in these creative rooms. Is there anybody so far that you've really latched onto that you find as a songwriter that you're like, I have to spend more time with this person?
Yeah. So her name's Autumn McIntyre. She is Reba's niece.
Oh, okay.
And she has written a lot of my Back of My Mind. It was our first song we ever wrote, actually. But she is incredibly talented and just the most humble, kind. She writes a lot for May Estes. I'm sure you've heard her name.
Yep.
And May actually wrote 2 of the songs that I'm going to be recording.
Oh, wow.
She's amazing, and she just keeps sending me songs. And but Autumn is also one of her songwriters as well, and she's producing my stuff also. Autumn is, and she's amazing and has a lot to say, and she believes in me, which is like really hard to find in Nashville, especially like I didn't even know she was Reba's niece and Reba is like, I'm like obsessed with her. Like I have only met her once in a meet and greet, and I cried, and she looked at me like I was crazy.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with her. Yeah. Like it's kind of ridiculous. And I remind Autumn all the time, like, you didn't even tell me that you were her niece. I like had to figure it out on Instagram when she like posted, oh yeah, I got a cut on my aunt's record. I'm like, I'm texting her. I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, I know you have the same last name, but you didn't tell me that.
There was one important detail.
It's just a small detail.
Small detail.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel nervous at that point then? 'Cause you're like, great, now I'm working with her niece. I got to be on my game.
No, I mean, I think we just know each other. I mean, Back in My Mind was so many years ago. And so now it's just like, we know each other so well.
That's awesome.
It's like, easy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, you were on the road, but you have other full-time jobs. You're a full-time wife. You're a full-time mom. You're a full-time artist. Yeah. How are you balancing it all? Because it's a lot.
I don't do a very good job.
Oh, I know.
Of
I
balancing
think you really
it.
do.
You're really sweet to say that. It's just like, it's really hard. I will say, like when I came off the road, 6 weeks is a long time.
Yeah.
I literally got home. My daughter threw up in my bed that night. I was like, welcome home.
Yep.
Yeah,
Welcome
Mom.
home.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, it was not easy to like go back into just full-time mom mode. But I just kind of figured out, and I have a really great routine.
Yeah.
I have the best support. My husband is literally a saint. He's like an angel on earth. I just love him so much. And we're just a really good team. And I don't know. I honestly don't feel like I do a good job, but we do have such a like solid like plan in place that when I get home, it's just right back into the routine.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect pairing. You
Totally.
just know how it
We're
works.
just a good team. Yeah.
Between Julia and my wife, we spend a lot of time together. So Julia and I, when it comes to this, we know how it works, what we want to do. When it comes to home, we share everything we do, and it just works beautifully.
Absolutely.
So, and your husband definitely is a saint, because
for sure.
when you're gone for 6 weeks,
that's a long time.
The kids are missing you. He's got to play mom and dad.
It was, I mean, and we had like supports. We had reinforcements, parents that came in and helped. But I will say, like, I'm on the road. We're going out at night. I didn't rarely talk to my family, but like I was in this like bubble of like, I'm going to win this.
You're in your zone.
And I'm focusing. Yeah. And he was just, he was a saint. I would have never been able to, like, he's like, oh, hey, like, I remember you.
Yeah.
Like, nice to see you again.
What was your name again?
Oh, hey. Yeah, it was weird, but it was amazing. So I was really able to focus. I mean, I can't imagine what that must be like.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The show kicks off October 19th.
Yes.
And how many total contestants are
12.
on the show? So 12 total. Okay, that's cool. How many contestants showed up, do you think? Did they ever tell you the total amount of people?
No idea.
Man, because I mean, like you said, waiting for that phone call has got to be so nerve-wracking.
It was it was like, because I knew about it for a year and a half, and I knew what it was going to be, and I was like, this could literally change my life. And then when I got the phone call, I was like, I just couldn't even believe it. And they're like, by the way, you leave next week, and you have to send us 12 outfits, pictures of them, so they could approve them. And I'm like, perfect. So I have like packages showing up by the my husband's
Nonstop,
like, how are we paying for this? I'm like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, Julia's your girl. She's the fashionista. Let me tell you.
And I love that you just kept it so real. Like I will say on your socials, you keep it as real as it gets. And I mean, I appreciate that. I think a lot of people that follow you appreciate it because, you talk about the highs of highs and lows of lows and the struggles. And like I said, you just keep it so real. And you're not afraid to call out those keyboard haters, which, you know what? Good for you.
I'm so tired of it. It's so insane to me.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the show, this is, if I'm getting on the bus at 7 a.m, I'm not putting makeup on. Mm-hmm. This is what I look like when I show up to sound check. This is what I look like off camera. But I mean, I'm going to be on camera a lot looking like this. Mm-hmm. And I just want people to see really what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I don't wear makeup 90% of the time, so I'm not going to show up on camera and be someone I'm not. I'm authentically 100% myself. I cry a lot.
Well, it's because you're mama,
even when it's happy. When in the cuts, it's horrible because either you're going home or somebody you love is going home.
Right, friends.
And that's the thing. I get asked, you just want to win, and it's like, gosh, there's 11 other artists that. I love so much, and they're like my family, and I don't want them to go home either. I want them to be successful too. It's really hard.
It's like astronauts. The top 6 astronauts get to spend time together, right? And so for you, there's a total of 12, and you become besties.
Literally best friends.
You're you root for each other, but silently you're like, okay, it's
I
gotta
want this
be
so
me.
bad. Yeah. But also I'm like, okay, well, if they get it, I'm going to be so stoked for them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I definitely, I'm like, in all the promos, I'm like, I'm crying in every promo. Can they show me not crying? My husband's like, oh, my little crier. I'm like, I swear I didn't cry the whole time.
I will attest to this, that you made me cry because I saw Delta Airlines had broken your guitar.
It was American. I do love Delta.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's the right airline.
It was an airline. But I thought to myself, it's like holding a glass trophy, and it's the only one, and you lose it. And when I saw that, I was just heartbroken for you.
I felt so stupid posting that, honestly, but I was like, it was in the moment. And
it worked out for you.
It definitely did.
Like Julia said, you're real. You talk about life.
Exactly. I mean, not everything is glamorous, and your guitar got ruined.
It was devastating.
Yeah.
It was a gift from my best friend.
But you showed that. You showed that raw emotion.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to, the people that don't know of you yet, they're going to gravitate towards that because we need more of that realness and just that honesty and authenticity.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's where Lainey and Carrie Underwood come into play, because when you're sitting there saying, this is me, no makeup. We went to see Carrie in Vegas one time at one of her shows. I think it was The Reflection. And she said, okay, this is not this is not an everyday thing. She's like, I'm a mom during the day, but when it comes showtime, I got to spend 30 minutes warming up, putting on my makeup and stuff like that. So that's what makes me so attracted to both of you, is that way. And Lainey was the same way.
Yep.
I mean, Lainey's
the real deal. She's such a sweetheart.
Yep.
And she is really representing country music so well right now. It's incredible. We just left the Country Music Hall of Fame and saw her entire exhibit from start to finish, and it's really cool to go back and see her little handprints and where she where she came from, what she wanted. And it reminds me of the days of seeing you work hard at vineyards around the Pacific Northwest, and every little dive bar. You're here, you're there, and now we're so proud of you. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm grateful for and I think that's for me, being on the show, I just keep saying, I just have so much gratitude for being seen finally, and having, I feel like there's going to be so many women out there watching the show that are going to feel a little less alone in what they're going through after seeing me on the show, and I'm excited about that.
Is there any favorite moments in the show that you can share and not get in trouble with? And you got to see this. You're not going to believe this.
I don't know. I honestly feel like I was in a tunnel for 6 weeks. It's the weirdest. Yeah. We would get off stage and be like, I remember nothing. I remember nothing about that performance. I don't know if I sounded good. I don't know if I bombed it. I will say, seeing the crowd, I can only talk about the first show, and I sang Hey Mama, and looking out in the crowd and seeing a couple people singing
Right.
the
That's
song
so
that I
cool. Yeah.
didn't know was really special because it's like you're literally in Fort Worth, Texas, never been there before, and seeing
They know
someone
your
sing my
music.
song
Yeah,
was really,
that's very
really
cool.
special. But I mean, I think singing with Keith and like was
I was
just
going to say, you got to sing with Keith. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I keep going like, what's happening right now?
I know.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Julie and I got a chance to see him years ago down
Yeah.
in Eugene, and we drove 2.5 hours down to see him, and we never had the radio on. We just talked 2.5 hours straight about music, and the
yep.
industry and where we are today, how we talked about doing this podcast. And by far, we both can attest that he is definitely one of our favorite
He's the
artists.
nicest person I've ever met in my
Smells
life.
so good.
I asked him what he wears. Did he tell you? Yeah, Christian Louboutin.
Shut
I
the
literally
door.
was like, I'm sorry, I have to ask you what cologne you wear. And he told me. And my husband's like, oh, you want me to smell like Keith Urban? I was like, 100%.
Kinda, yeah.
What's it called again?
Christian Louboutin.
Baby, Christmas is coming.
Yeah. Put that on the Christmas list.
I have to like go there and he smells. And you can smell it from like the front row.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, and he's so sweet.
He is such
So
a kind,
sweet. He really
kind
is.
soul. He's such a great guy. People always ask me, of all the people we've ever met, who's your favorite? I'm like, well, Garth is just over the top. I mean, he's just one of
course,
those guys.
yeah.
That, I mean,
Yeah.
Julie has been with us time and time again when we
Yeah.
get the chance.
I've
But
never met
Keith,
him,
like,
but-
he just brings you in. He's got like
Yeah.
a magnet. He just sucks you in and hugs you. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about that
He's
man.
so
He's
genuine.
so incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredible. Let's go back to the show for a second. You said Fort Worth. Did every show get produced in Fort Worth, or was it all over the place?
It was all over the place. So that was just the first
Wow.
city.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people around the country got to see your talent.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty
That's
wild.
Yeah, that's
I love
incredible.
that.
It's
That's
crazy.
exciting.
And of course, they, like you said, they all signed NDAs. So it's going to be a wild ride for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you ever?
If I make it past the first episode.
Oh, come on now. We know we have confidence in you for sure. I want to talk about Taylor Sheridan. What is it like being around a guy
Yeah.
like that?
Because everything he touches literally turns to gold.
Right.
I know, which is
Yeah.
what's so scary and exciting about being on the show, obviously. He's exactly what you would imagine. He's
Okay.
very like powerful and he comes in with an entourage
Yes.
and like just I mean he owns the room.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. He basically was like I mean, I don't want to like say bad words, but he was like, get your
Yeah.
D on the table, put it out there. He's like,
Wow.
get it out there,
Like,
figure it out,
gotta
make
do
it
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was just like, this is your chance to
Yeah.
like change your life. So you better make it happen. Like he was just, it was
Yeah.
awesome. It was
Yeah.
really
I would imagine like Julia said, everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah.
With Landman 1 and 2, all the Yellowstones,
Yeah.
1883, 1923.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to watch him work. And I love his work. And now you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe do you kind of think I need to write a song for a Yellowstone as a possibility?
I'm already working on that.
Wow.
Awesome.
There we go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I actually crazy got a call from his name's Steve. Ooh, I'm gonna mess it up. I know his first name, Shuntz maybe. Okay, anyways,
We'll go, Steve.
he's like, hey, his first name is Steve. I know that for sure. I just can't pronounce his last name. But he messaged me on Instagram and was like, I'm working with Hans, which has done, and I'm like literally spacing, but he's done Lion King.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
He's like, hey.
That's a pretty big Hans.
I know. I'm like Hans Zimmer. Thank you.
Yes.
So you know who he is. He's like, hey, we want you to come to Nashville and like write some songs for Hans's library. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
Wow.
I don't even know
incredible.
what's happening. So then,
Wow.
yes, I talked to Avon yesterday, and she's like, hey, I need some songs for some upcoming Landman stuff. So can you get to work? I'm like, yeah, I got this. So
can
it's just
do that.
crazy. I don't know what's happening. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Good
guys,
for you.
question mark. I don't know what's happening.
So I'm just like still blown away. Like that's incredible.
That is
Thank
incredible.
you.
Like again, we've talked about this many times. Like to have your journey start from ground zero, which we always love because as a startup artist, we never hear these stories.
Right.
And we always like hey, here's Blake Shelton, here's Keith Urban.
Yeah.
We know, and we have to learn about them. But
Yeah.
with you, it's different. We've watched from
watched
the
it,
very
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to be in your
Thank
presence
you.
right now. To
I'm
watch
just so
all this.
grateful. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me.
It's awesome. One thing I wanted to ask you about songwriting. Now that you say that writing for Landman, do you picture yourself like I've got an image in my head that I could use for a Landman or a Yellowstone, like Ian Munsick? I'll
Yeah,
use.
for sure.
Ian Munsick is always Yellowstone.
Always, yeah.
When I hear Landman, I hear different versions of music in my head.
You definitely have to like. I mean, I'm not pitching music that I would probably record, if that makes sense. So
Okay,
it's not
yes,
my
yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I'm like in my head going, I'm writing a song for this specific show,
Right.
and I want it to sound like this. So it's definitely more of that like Ella Langley vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
That I'm writing for. I'm not going to be writing it like a Hey Mama, you know,
Right.
for
Sure.
Landman.
Right.
Sure.
So yeah, you go in with a totally different mindset.
Oh, wow. That's,
Yeah,
that's
and
amazing.
sound. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So
don't
cool.
miss the show. We're not done. We're going to keep talking. I want to remind everybody, it's October 19th
Yes.
on CBS
and Paramount.
Plus.
Yeah.
Julia's got all the big notes on it and stuff like that. But just working with Taylor and Blake and Gretchen, did you learn anything from those two? We asked that question because like working with Blake over the years, he's very funny.
He's so
comedic.
different in person
Totally.
than
As
he
a
is on
businessman.
stage.
Yeah.
He's so different. Like everyone's like, "Oh, is he just so funny?" And I'm like, "He's so
Was he more-
shy."
Oh, really? Okay.
I feel like he's every time I've met him, I opened for him at the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest a long time ago.
Yep.
Same way. Like he just seems very like I don't know, I think he goes into like this business mode.
Interesting.
And then when he's like in front of a camera, he turns on who he is. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
of
he's like
course.
playing a role, but I think he
No,
just like
yeah.
definitely
he knows
has
when
like
to be
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
the
Proper.
fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I will say
Or
it was-
take things seriously.
Absolutely.
Or,
Yeah. It was really cute. His mom was there and met Keith Urban and was like freaking out. And she's like, "Can I have my picture with you?" And Blake's like, "Really, Mom? Like, you're going to ask
can
Keith
imagine
Urban
how
for a
that would-
picture?
yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Like, this is embarrassing." So that was really funny.
Yeah.
And I actually did get to tell Keith because he was my judge on American Idol. And I was like, "You cut me." And he was like, "Oh, was I nice?" I'm like, "No."
I don't remember that.
wow.
Yeah, and
How
I
full
sang.
circle.
I sang "Tonight I Want to Cry," his song, and he was like, "I just didn't really feel like anything." And I was like, "Well, now we get a second chance," and I got to sing with him on stage, which was crazy.
Wow.
That's full
So it
circle.
was definitely full circle.
That's cool.
Yeah, really.
I
cool.
don't remember. It's hard to remember because there's so many seasons. Of the
I
show.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Julie and I both, we're just huge fans of the industry.
Yeah.
So I'm always like,
Yeah.
okay, The Voice is on. Oh, American Idol's
Yeah.
on. And my old radio partner he always made fun of me. He was like, "You're the only guy that watches." I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not."
Yeah.
No, and I honestly, I think this show's gonna blow.
Well, I feel
it
like
up.
this
Oh,
one's
major.
completely different.
Oh, it's
because it's not
not
just
even-
a musical competition. It is showing the life,
It is,
which
yeah.
I find very interesting. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to find interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to, it's not all glamour. It's not all the glitz. I mean, like, yeah, you got to experience a different side of touring, but I'm assuming it's going to show maybe those, hard late nights or hard mornings.
100%.
Or, yeah. And I
You're
think it's
gonna
gonna-
see.
the real deal.
Absolutely. And I think that was Blake's thing. He's been on the other show for so long and he really didn't have a lot of people come out of it.
Yeah.
They've had how many seasons and you can pick
Right.
maybe on one hand how many people have truly been successful.
That's so true. That's a good point.
And he really wanted to change that. And I think his idea of having, following the artist, getting to know them at a deeper level, and really like showing who they are, their personalities, their songs, the behind the scenes. And it's very like Yellowstone vibes. So like the colors are like really deep and like that
wait.
beautiful, like,
Like I keep seeing the browns and the oranges and the
that's
yellows.
exactly what
and-
you're
yeah,
saying. It's
okay.
a very
Yeah.
like beautiful cinematography, and I think it's just going to change the game
course.
for. And season one, like being a part
Yeah.
of season one, is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's Taylor, so we know it's going to be the
I'm
best.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it's definitely. Like I said, anything he touches turns to gold,
I know.
and
Yeah.
that's exciting.
You're going to
sure.
love it. It's going to be fun.
Well, thank you
Thanks
for
for
being
having
our
me.
very
Yes,
first guest.
thank you so much.
On
So
the
excited.
road.
On the road.
With
On the
Britnee
road.
Kellogg.
Yeah.
Who's going to be on the road?
Yes,
Bum, bum, bum.
yes. So October 19th,
Yes.
CBS, Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And then where can everybody follow you? Because I want to make sure that
At Britnee Kellogg, everywhere
Okay.
is my.
we'll put all
my
that in
socials.
all of our
Yeah.
descriptions as well.
Yes,
So-
just easy
Yes.
peasy.
And thank you for following along and hanging out with us on the Country Music Rocks podcast. Don't forget you can click, and subscribe. Listen on all your channels, wherever you want to find us, whether it be Odyssey, whether it be iHeart, Spotify. We're everywhere as well.
it.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
cool.
Thank you
Yes.
guys so much.
No, thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.